Okay, hello and welcome to today's assembly, all about patience. So today we've got another story that's been sent to us by Mrs. Wright, and it is all about patience. And this one is an Aesop's fable called The Tortoise and the Hare, which I'm sure you have heard before. So, in The Tortoise and the Hare, we have two main characters, our tortoise and our hare. And it is a fable, which means it is a story that gives you a meaning through the medium of animals. It's completely made up, but it should teach you a message at the end. So, Hare was always making fun of Tortoise. "You're so slow," he would say. "Can't you move faster than that? Look how fast I can run." And he would leap away over the fields in a flurry of grey fur. Sometimes Hare laughed at Tortoise's shell. "Why don't you just... It's silly leaving your house on your back. Why not just leave it at home?" Then he would roar with laughter at his own joke. Tortoise said nothing. One thing that tortoises have is patience. And he knew that one day he would show Hare that patience and determination were more important than just speed. One morning, Hare was being particularly annoying, and Tortoise's patience ran out. Just for a moment, though. Just long enough for him to say, "I bet I can beat you in a race to the farmhouse." Hare fell about laughing. "Done," he said. "I'll give you half an hour's start, or even half a day." He chuckled again. All the animals gathered around to watch, and the horse drew a line in the dirt with his hoof. "Ready, steady, go!" shouted Horse. Off they went, Hare leaping and bounding, Tortoise just plodding along. Hare came to some juicy dandelions and stopped for a moment. He had plenty of time, as Tortoise was so far behind him. Tortoise plodded on. He didn't try to rush. Hare met some of his friends in the field and stopped to play. He wasn't worried about Tortoise catching up with him. He was so far in the lead. Tortoise plodded on. He had waited a long time to teach Hare a lesson. When the sun grew hot, Hare sat down under a big oak tree for a while and nodded off to sleep. Tortoise plodded on. Past Hare he went. He didn't stop for a rest. He didn't stop for food. He was going to win this race. Hare woke up. He didn't know that Tortoise had just passed him. Now he was too hot to run, so he just ambled along confidently. Tortoise plodded on. He wasn't hot. His shell shaded his body. Now he could see the barn. Was he going to win, or would Hare come leaping past at the last moment? Tortoise didn't stop to look around. He would get there. It was only as Tortoise plodded the last few steps towards the barn that Hare spotted him, a small moving dot in the distance. He sprang forward, but it was too late. Tortoise had been determined, and nothing had distracted him along the way. He had won the race and at last silenced Hare's teasing forever. It had been worth waiting for this moment. And that is the end of the story, but there are a couple of questions that I'd like you to think about. So, the first one is Tortoise's patience stopped for a moment and he challenged Hare to a race. Have any of you ever had an occasion where you felt like your patience has completely run out? Another question is, why do you think Tortoise's patience might have run out? What might have caused him to challenge the hare to a race? And secondly, can you describe the differences between how the hare and the tortoise both approached the race? Which one do you think had the better approach to it? And lastly, here's your thought for the day. So, patience is a very good quality. Try to have patience with people and situations. If you find yourself not being patient, try to see what it is that is stopping you. Okay, and that is the end of the assembly. I would like you this afternoon to do some of your PE. You have been given 3 PE links for you to complete. Once you have done those, I'd like you to either look back at some work that you haven't finished yet. You could finish your art ready for tomorrow, as we are carrying on with that tomorrow. Or I would like you to look at the Europe home learning that you have to do until the end of the term. Or look at any corrections that I've sent back to you that need to be looked at. Okay? And I will see you at 2:40 for story time.